Beach. I don't know. Anytime I hear this song, I go like Labadi Beach. I love this jam from Sarkodie and all of them. In fact, Sarkodie and King Promise were both winners at the VGMAs over the weekend. Event happened in grand style at the Grand Arena. 6th May it was. All the noise was made. You saw the billboards in town. And yes, of course, it always generates controversy and the critiques and the reactions. We're going to be having all the conversations this morning on the show. We'll run you through right from the red carpet till the artist of the year was declared. The winner was declared as Black Sheriff as well. It was a great night. Reaction from PSAS. I loved it. She applauded. It was competitive, and the trolls were also on there. I saw Frankie 5 and a picture of Frankie 5 and Ninoy. Was it Ninoy? No, Frankie 5 and Kwesi Ernest. Someone put up, and I want to say that those two gentlemen, together with other, industry or gospel stakeholders, did a great job, in campaigning and pushing hard for PSA to win as well. However, the winner came out as Black Sheriff. For us here, it's a win for every single person who partook in the event, and that's what we are looking out for. But running you through the experience this morning is exactly what we're hoping to do till 10 a.m. If you missed out on it, we'll give you some special highlights as well as the winners. But Olele, this one, you give us a run through of the winners. We'll just run through the winners real quickly, and then we'll start from the red carpet and all the things that happened on the red carpet as well. Yes. But let's just run through how many awards given out on the night? 20 something?
28.
28 awards.
And that was very interesting because, they didn't do the industry awards as per the usual and normal. Often the industry awards is the night before the main night. So we were actually thinking or expecting to see about 40 plus awards given.
No, but hold on. It's 28 minus the unsung and the unsung category and then the honorary award. But if everything has to come together, that'll be 30.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, often the industry awards would take that route before. So I just want to pull the full winners quickly. But of course, we know the best new artist. What do you call it? The best new artist was given to Last Mid. So that's obviously on top of the gospel artist of the year. We had PSC Esther. Gospel song of the year, we had PSC Esther. Male vocalist of the year. We had. What's the name? Perez Music.
Yes,
that was very interesting.
He was songwriter so excited. He was moved. His speech was just lovely.
Songwriter of the year to we had Perez Music, which was also very interesting for. Ricky, what's the gun word? Chesalem. So I've been trying to.
What the song?
The song. It's Oma Tessa.
Blema
Tessa.
Yeah, but you in the state guy area where
sometimes in the trees, sometimes I
didn't say Walelala.
Yeah.
No, it was Blema Tessa. Blema Tessa. Hold on.
Yes.
Just give me a few minutes.
Just to give you highlights on that, but we'll be coming into the winners as well as the other people who were in the category. Look at who else could have been the other possible.
Okay, so album of the year we had 5-star by Kim Promise. This is one of the conversations we're going
to be having. Yeah, Kim Promise is we'll be talking about that as well. And Kim Promise, I think he hasn't received an award
since 2019.
Since 2019. Yeah. So we'll discuss that as well. Another very interesting category was
record of the year.
Record of the year. Okay.
Going to Jackie.
Okay. So we'll discuss that as well. For me, my interest is to look at the other people and other persons in the category and who was possibly your pick. We'll also look at that of what Lenny, you discussed that on Unpacking. It was album of the year, the 5-star villain of the
villain I never was.
The villain I never was album. We'll make that comparative analysis in there as well. What possibly could have triggered for Blacko to have fallen out on that category. We'll look at all that. It's going to be very interesting. But let's take it from the red carpet. Do we get visuals on this?
Hold on, no. Calvin Boy obviously won Best Highlight Song of the
Which
Year.
we'll talk about as well. Yes, Best Highlight Song. Look, so a friend at home, let me say good morning to Rodney, sent me a message that the person who says his song is Afrobeat has just won Highlight Song.
Oh my God,
I said, my brother. So when I saw the message, I was like, oh my God, Calvin Boy, bro. I nearly put up a video that we took after the show on that day. I said, no, I'll wait. At the right time. I want another special interview with Kelvin Boy. So when his manager went on stage and was talking, I wanted to take my phone and throw to her and say, hey, you put it, remember?
Calvin Boy.
Yes, Calvin
anyway,
Boy.
So episode also won Best Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year with Atia. And Camilo won Best Afrobeat Song of the Year. Camilo actually picked 2 awards on the night. Best Afrobeat Song of the Year. And he also won, I think, Best Collaboration, International Collaboration as well. MOG Beats won Producer of the Year. Best Afro Pop Song of the Year went to Vanguard, Stone Boy. Let me see. Like I said, Sugarcane also won International Collaboration of the Year. Countryside won Collaboration of the Year. That's a Sarkodie and Black Sheriff. Kweku the Traveler won Best Hip Hop Song of the Year. Best Hip Hop Song of the Year for Kweku the Traveler. Nayela once again takes home the Best Female Vocal Performance. All right, with the song that she did with Chain Music. You can go check it out. Like I said, Perez Music also won Best Male Vocal of the Year, Best Male Vocalist of the Year. YME Gospel Song of the Year also came through.
Okay, so
quite a lot of them. I mean,
so we'll go through it. We have a lot of time to discuss it. The event kick-started at around say about 9:30, as opposed to the start of which was announced at 8:30. And I'm very sure, of course, you know these things. Late arrival of people and award winners and all that contributes to sometimes these things starting late. But I will start off my event from the car park where I saw the artists and the celebs being transported in their rides all the way to the red carpet. The branded rides all the way to the red carpet. It was nice to see that, and then the arrival. And I must say that one of the only things that I would share my resentments on was the how the red carpet was actually very, very packed. Not given room to easy and free movement for persons when they arrive to have that red carpet experience. However, there were a lot of celebrities who were there on that night as well, who got the chance to have conversations across with many people. But let's throw some highlights in for you to also watch on screen as well to see how the red carpet looked like. Give you an idea of the experience on that night on Saturday evening.
If you hear this song, then chuck it on no time after that we go. What's it like? We go, huh? You know. Me a grow no more. Let me a grow. It's the West Time for no big ambulance. Black, are you ready? No more. Give me 1, 2. They will see me for countryside. If you try to go see me, they will follow my damn go. For countryside.
Right here with me, Empress. Yes, indeed. Her name, you know her already. Nana Ama McBrown. Yes, indeed. Our latest family member right here with us. Shining, glistening, looking so beautiful in her black and gold. And you know something about black and gold? Once it sits together, that's the end of the matter. Show. How are you doing, Nana?
I'm very good, Chris.
I can see it and I can feel it. Tell me about your preparations for tonight before you go on here. Tell me about the process. Did you have some music playing, some wine on the side, some grapes? Tell us about it. Build that vibe for me.
Hey, I am not the wine type. I am the water, music, probably chicken wings.
I like that.
Now, I want to eat before I step out. In that case, I have the energy and I'm not going to look around for what's there,
That's a good secret, actually. You eat before you step out. Lovely. Now, I know there's one stylist that does it all for you. Care to explain? Who is he? What was your inspiration for tonight?
I just wish Ghanaians would get to know my stylist. And yes, in every occasion, Neil Davies delivers. And he's so cool. Why do you think I've been working with him for over 3-4 years now? And it's just been him. We understand each other. I think you should work with somebody you have the vibe with, and that's all.
Yes, I see it. He really understands your style, and he delivers. He makes it easy breezy for you.
So easy.
I like that. How difficult was it choosing your outfits for tonight?
Well, I saw this lady, Sexy Apparel. Hey, shout out to you. On Instagram, and I just like her finishing and everything. I like to give people the challenge. And it's within a week or so. No, like 5 days now. yeah, she put this together for me, and I think she's doing a good job, and everybody deserves a chance.
I love that, absolutely. Now, finally, before we go, Artiste of the Year is a tight category. Who's taking it?
You know where I stand. I belong to everybody. I feel like my sister PSA can win. At the same time, I'm scared my Rasta guy will take it home and go and sit with the Rasta guys and chill after that. However, it's all good. It's a beautiful night and you have to enjoy it. Whether you win or not, you are a winner.
Yes, indeed. As she said it, Nana Ama Brown. Thank you. I'll see you inside and jam into all the great Ghanaian music.
Can you hear this song?
The color, different patterns as well. Tell me about it. How did you put all of this together?
You know, the weather is a bit, somewhere. So Kojo Boydi decided to put this on me. And then again, I'm wearing a Yesu Shegun London. So that's what it is.
You know one thing I like about you, aside the fact that you're great at music, fashion is like your cousin or your brother or your sister. You're really good at it as well. And I think you're very daring with your looks also. Tell me where all of this comes from. Are you open to wearing a parachute one of these days?
I love to look good and I love to look unique, so I don't really mind. And thank God he created me with some fine frames, so praise be to God.
Hallelujah, amen. Now you happen to be a nominee as well, I believe for Atia also. So tell me about, what it's like for you tonight. What are you looking forward to?
I'm here to enjoy myself, and enjoy the performances. Matter of fact, I'm here for the performances, so yeah, I'm performing tonight, so watch out. I'll see you guys.
Yeah, that he's performing tonight. Finally, before you leave us, Artiste of the Year. It's a good bunch. Tell me, which one of them are you picking? One or I didn't say two or three. Which one are you picking?
Blacko is the Artist of the Year. Yeah, he is.
He said it as it is. Blacko is the Artist of the Year for Kwabna Kwabna.
Watching.
Lenovo. Black, are you ready? No more. Give it 1, 2. It was here for countryside. They will follow my number for countryside. For the countryside. They will follow my number for countryside. For the countryside. Countryside.
You just saw earlier on, you saw the likes of Nana Brown, who also graced the stage and the occasion, sharing her insights and her hopefuls as well. You saw EL coming in that grey, shiny ash jacket, looking all stunning. Kwabna got a trend as well, I must say. I had a seat next to him. We had a good conversation on that night, though. But for me, I think the occasion presents an opportunity for people or for fashion designers as well to go creative with their looks and their designs. Hence, someone like Kwabna coming on stage there. Coming on the red carpet, looking all in that, should I say, flowery. Looking like
ensemble.
Yeah, what do you call it?
Yes,
a floral ensemble.
Yeah, and for me, it's I don't know. I liked it.
It was challenging.
I liked it. I think it was nice.
Ensemble.
I think Kwabna has been on this tangent for a bit, especially when he started with painting of his toenails and fingernails and stuff like that.
Well, he definitely got the trends.
He eased into his style. I think he's found it now and what resonates with his style. So that's nice to see.
So, well, red carpet as usual. It happened in the early hours of the evening. Quite a number of celebrities were there. We saw the likes of Freedom Jacob. I see Cheddar.
Freedom Jacob Caesar,
Freedom
the Prince
Jacob
of Africa.
Yeah, Caesar, who also arrived in grand style, all looking in his his
military
regalia as well. For medical, he appeared and went straight to the stage as well. So his red carpet experience was more of arrival in the vehicle, which also now generated a whole conversation on social media with this endorsement on another ride-hailing company, and him appeared on that. But it's business. It's work at play here, if I can say that. That was medical. Outfit-wise, I think he went straight to the performance on the stage after he did his little on red carpet performance.
Yeah, it was
before
giving
he
me
went,
Kim Kardashian vibe.
Yes, giving that Kim Kardashian vibe. Quite a number of celebrities were there as well. Like I said. So they went. There was also a booth available for the photo ops as well. Quite interesting on the red carpet, I must say. A lot of media very present. You can see these influencers on the screen now. Doing their thing, trust the influencers when they get a chance to.
Yeah, I saw Stoneboy going to do the same thing for his aftercare record. And I think it's a good way to activate your music as an artist. You know? So I think it was a good initiative for both artists and the social media.
Well, for me, overall dress culture on the red carpet was nothing extraordinary. So I didn't see the reason why all the trolls were coming out, because
there was someone who had he said his name is Charlie Nunez or something. He had these I don't know how to explain them, but he had this undertaker sort of around him, small undertakers with pots in their hands.
Oh my days.
And then this guy with well done makeup, a guy well done makeup. I'm told he's a fashion influencer, and he stood and he had this how do you call this? It's like I don't know what.
You've not described it.
No, I'm trying so hard.
Or like a tool.
I don't know what it was, but he was actually one of the people on the red carpet that got the attention of many. Him and the DJ Azonto, obviously, because of the bridal gown he was wearing. With
let's discuss the culture of red carpets. What is the understanding of red carpet? I don't know. Let's move away from VGMA for a second. Yeah. What is the culture of red carpet? Because clearly, global-wise, you see stunning fashion statements made by celebrities when they land on red carpets. Is it to the understanding of the viewers or is it I don't know where to kick it from, Cyril?
It's a victory symbol. It's so for like a moment of celebration. So it's now become the opener for most high value events. You can have classy events, but the events still don't necessarily have a red carpet. But if it becomes ceremonial and there's an element of triumph or victory associated with the event, then you have the red carpet. So if you notice, it's usually associated with award shows where people are coming there to be victorious or triumphant, win something or gain some extent of recognition. So it's not really about the fashion. It was about clearly identifying those who were up to be celebrated. So guests, attendees, everybody else makes their way to whatever the venue is. But those who are the focus of the night make it on the red carpet. But commercialization and other stuff have made it in such a way that we have the opportunity now for brands, especially fashion-related experiences, to take over the red carpet. And I think that would be a very good activation point for any of these fabric firms. Could Fabric A, Fabric B take over the whole thing? Style everybody, style the red carpet, and create an activation.
That'll be a very big, that'll be a very big job for them.
Because look, it would be a big job, but the impact would be even bigger because
so more like theme.
Yeah, because
theme the night.
Before anything happens at the event, the first trending point, first conversation point is the red carpet. Yeah. Even before the MC hits the stage and they start talking, the red carpet itself is an event. When Stoneboy went to the Grammy recently, all that, everything happened everything that was talked about every Nigerian, Ghanaian artist who made it to the Grammys was in reference to what happened on the red carpet. We don't know what they did in the auditorium. We don't care. They didn't win. They were not nominated. So that was not our priority. But we spoke about who they met on the red carpet, who interviewed them. So that is a mini event on its own. On its own, we need to stop looking at it as just the beginning of our awards. The red carpet segment is a mini event on its own and should be produced as such, so that the tussle we usually face.
How would then people be educated on what red carpet, because I see a clear disconnect between the understanding of the viewer to what a red carpet is supposed to be and what the people who are the stakeholders who are coming there and what kind of image and statement they want to make. Because on a regular, you need to understand that a celeb or a stakeholder, a media personality will not come attend any event wearing those things that they wear, because it's elaborated fashion ideas. You want to do combinations and things that's, like you're saying, that's celebrate or show a bit of flamboyance, if I can say that. So how do we then educate the viewer on what red carpet is? Because what happened with regards to trolls from people, which is very normal that people do, but we tend to sometimes appreciate what happens in the West as opposed to how we manage what we do here. And I don't know if it's sort of in the future stifle creativity of some of the people, some of the influencers who will be engaging fashion designers, that I think if I wear this, my confidence will be broken or, beaten down because of what people will say and all that. Because then now what I didn't see on the red carpet this year was exaggerated fashion that actually becomes an evolution for fashion as well. You understand?
You know what I think?
Because people decided to then tone down on what they were doing.
If I wear, what are the logistics and the accommodations put in place for me to come in grand fashion? There's nothing. If I come with a haute couture outfit or whatever, and I go there, I'm going to go and sit in that auditorium with that same outfit.
But I think that one is.
I think that was the outfit.
Ghana, is it?
No,
it gets better. No, but
look,
it gets better.
We just saw the Met Gala that was themed. The red carpet the whole event was themed after Karl Lagerfeld. But the red carpet was activated as a runway. So there were no two people on the red carpet at the same time. Jay Foley has arrived. He does his whole walk, interviews, photos, video. He goes the next person. So that was a mini fashion show before the Met Gala. It is produced as such. So we saw people who changed part of their outfits for the auditorium and stuff like that because production went into it. But here we have made the entrance to our big events a red carpet. And the status quo is, let's get some people to ask people, what are you wearing? What is your expectation for the night? Blah, blah, blah. That's it. It's the same. If you take any award show we've had in Ghana from the last 10 years and you slap on how they run the red carpet, it's still applicable to what happened a few days ago. What are you wearing? What are your expectations? Are you excited for the night?
So this comes to educating both the people who engage themselves on the red carpet as to, because it's an opportunity to have conversations on red carpet.
You see, the thing is, I don't want us to take away the essence of the red carpet because it is what it is everywhere. You talk about Met Gala. Met Gala is a separate event away from...
People make announcements on their big breaks, on their new releases and stuff on red carpet.
It also depends on whoever is asking you the question.
That's an education.
It depends on who is asking.
If you watch the BETs and the Grammys and all these big events we clamor for and everything, their red carpets are often done before the show because it's your grand entry. First of all, it's an opportunity for your stylist, whoever you are wearing, the brand you are wearing, whatever, to make a statement.
So we can't take out the fashion. We can't take fashion out of red carpet. I needed that statement.
We can never take it out because I just want to pick a few ideas from what Cyril said. If possible, then maybe the celebrities who are going to be on the red carpet must be pre-produced, and possibly the red carpet must be themed.
Let me cut in. Finish. Sorry.
Okay, guys, we won't spend too much time because there's a lot to discuss.
If it's themed, or maybe you are saying that, okay, we are focusing on made in Ghana fashion designers, right? It's an opportunity to push Ghanaian fabrics, an opportunity to push Ghanaian fashion. We don't have to wait for a fashion show to happen like a Glitz or maybe a Mercedes Fashion Week before we see how great and how super Ghanaian fashion designers are. Because you have a lot of fashion designers in this country, you have a lot of fashion stylists in this country. It's an opportunity to put a spotlight on them through the celebrities. Why? Because you have the media. Like never before, you have a lot of media presence there that could expose or publicly show the works of these Ghanaian designers. You could have a designer from Cote d'Ivoire. I don't really care about them. But my point is, at a point in time, that is an opportunity for the fashion designer, for the celebrity, for the product to be publicly put out there. So we can't take that out. However, the conversation of who you are wearing and what you are wearing is actually the discretion of whoever is asking the question. Right?
So that's why I mentioned
people have
like,
announced their next projects. People when AC spoke to Black Sherif on the red carpet, AC didn't really ask Black Sherif what he was wearing. He asked Black Sherif what happened at something the Water Festival. Black Sherif said nobody has asked him that question. So he was very humbled and honored the fact that even though he has come for an event like this, we were interested in finding out how his performance at something the Water Festival went, because we obviously had a pre-production done. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the line of questioning there, we can't control it. It's what you are looking for. Some people actually also want to give the people the shout out, people they are wearing shout out, so that people can also go and buy from them. You can't take that away from them. So I don't think it's cast in stone. You can always find a way to.
And that what you are wearing question, I don't think we can even take it out totally, because it's what it is, right? People go for awards because they want to be seen in a certain light, dressed in a certain way. It's why they take their time, put their energy into looking however they look, whether it's to your taste or not. It's to the person's taste and style. And so they want to look how they want to look, want to tell the world what they are wearing. And that's why people put money, some people put money into, looking the way they look. And so the what you're wearing question, even if you look at award schemes or red carpets that are outside of Ghana, they have that question flowing through year on year. And it's because it's what it is. We want to know what you are wearing. And then the people as well want us to know what they are wearing. In regards to everything else, it will depend on whoever is asking the question.
And I like this,
so you can still ask what you are wearing breath, and then ask other questions as well.
In one breath, we fight for, we fight for creative, a space for creatives to be able to flourish. In another breath, our art appreciation sense is also not the best. Cyril.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that as an event.
Really?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say
that. I just wanted to say the spectacle that comes with the red carpet is good press. It's amplification for the event. The trolling, the people who go online, we all share, it is part of the amplification. It's attention. Even albeit negative, right? We've gotten used to that spectacle and we've kind of left the celebrities unhearded, uncontrolled. So what happens is that you have so many different celebrities coming in with their own fashion agendas and their own PR targets, and you have hosts on the red carpet who have a generic responsibility. So when I say that the question of what are you wearing, who are you wearing, what is your expectation for the night, blah, 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 has become monotonous. I am not bashing that we shouldn't ask that. I'm saying that because other things have not been put in place to make the red carpet more exciting and more engaging, that is the only line of conversation that both artists, celebrities, socialites, and interviewer have gotten used to. That is why a Black Sherif would be pleasantly surprised that somebody has asked me a question other than what am I wearing and what are my expectations for the night. So, like I said earlier in my submission, the red carpet needs to be produced as an event on its own. Its fashion elements, its PR elements, the spotlight element to give artists, celebrities, socialites, even people we haven't seen in a long time. Where have you been, Jay Foley? Oh, I've been working on this, on that. All that happens on the red carpet.
To the point that we'll have to now even specifically plug people to make it a red carpet at specific
That's what I'm saying.
times.
You need to see
exactly. So who is coming on our red carpet? Is this celebrity?
You need to pre-produce them.
Yes.
You see the Grammys and stuff that we see. The Grammy Award footage.
It's not Inshallah and vibes.
No, the Grammy Award footage or even the BET Award footage. You have the lead media partner, which is producing the red carpet show for the Grammys, right? You could tell that.
Let me tell you how produced it is in the West.
You have been to the BET, so maybe you can tell me for the BET side of things, right? But you have other media houses like maybe E or maybe a TMZ or something. They are barricaded. They're on the other side and they are lined up, right? So there's a producer says, okay, coming through, Jay Foley. So Jay Foley, you either choose whether they want to speak to E or speak to TMZ. When you are done, you move. The next one comes so that it is properly coordinated. But the Grammys, on the other hand, have a pre-production of who they want to talk to as part of their production, as part of what they want to sell. So if it's the big man or the big woman on the night they want to speak to, they have the way to produce them and talk to them.
I think Free Music has just thrown a very brilliant idea. Let's patent it, please. I think first off, kudos to Charterhouse, for a great show they pulled off. It's not easy, especially on budget constraints, space and all that. So kudos to Charterhouse on a show they pulled off. Moving away from the kudos, looking at how to grow, and add all our voices to make the event experience also better as it has always been. And I like what you just said, that, from the points you last raised, that looking at producing the red carpet. So moving forward, award shows should now start getting in touch with their celebrities and stakeholders who they will need on the red carpet, as equal as they are sending invitations for them to come and take seats or win awards or partake in the event. Should have them be involved as red carpet interviewed.
And also, I think our celebrities also need to respect these events.
Exactly.
These are national events. These are not your parties or your random social.
I don't think that's the point I was going to finish.
You see, we
guys,
like
2 minutes on that.
We like to baby these things, right? These are events that are run late into the night.
Yeah.
We are 66 years. We don't need to be doing this at this time of our lives. As a celebrity or as an artist, when you are given a time to show up, don't come and show up at the time you want. It's a national event, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I also want to encourage the organizers that if you say you are doing red carpet from 7 to 8, and within that period from 7 to 8, you are done. Don't wait for any other artist. Start your show.
And the challenge that comes with that one. The people who are award givers,
that's my point. Start it so that everybody will see that you have done your bit. Because, bro, when we finished, I got to my around 4 a.m. Bro, why should I come to an awards night?
Please.
I'm not passing anywhere. We close like I'm just we close like 3, and it is on the first
like
time.
2 something.
You get me? It's not good. It's not fair, Charlie.
Like we all have a role to play in.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah.
But you see, even at movie premieres, right? The same film that maybe had an active cast of 50 people or 25 people, only 3 or 4 cast members, the highest, come on the red carpet. We need to produce the red carpet to a point of exclusivity, right? That, okay, who are our nominees? Speak to the nominees team. You are going to be on the red carpet. We need the time for nominees.
That's right.
So that as they are filing by, we know these are nominees. The questioning, the production, the angles, the energy is different. It fits nominees. Socialites, people who are popular for no reason, but we know they are popular and they come and they la la la.
And start paying them crap for the red carpet. Can't you see?
Produce your socialites differently.
Yeah.
You understand?
Lenny, for real, like somebody sponsoring red carpet and it's going to pay for the interview so that you come on time. So
yes,
you sign a deal that
I'll arrive. We've turned it. Excuse my language. My we enjoy the circus of it.
Yeah.
Let the people come.
Yeah.
Let there be some giddy giddy.
Yeah.
Like, what Jeffoli they wear? No,
Cyril,
just be the ones.
What Cyril is saying, it fits even the structure they introduced last night or over the weekend. You have 2 people handling the red carpet. So if one person decides to handle the nominees, they handle the nominees, and the other person can decide to choose to or speak to the socialites, so that you would balance.
Like the point you made, the arrival, as we need to.
It's very important,
and then the invited guests as well, because you are just looking at nominees and socialites, forgetting that we have invited guests, we have other very important personalities. So the categorization will do a lot of good, or you'd probably have different spots on the same red carpet where you know that when you go to this spot, you're a nominee. If you can't have the time blocks, then you can have, it's properly spaced out so that then socialites are going to a particular spot on the same red carpet. VIPs are going to a certain spot on the same red carpet. Nominees are doing same, and then socialites are doing same.
Yeah.
Now, even with this situation, which cuts across a lot of award shows that happen in this country, even we are
even us, we are the victims of the same thing.
Yes, it's that aside from the culture of the arrival, on the choked entrance to some of the events, how to have a free flow of people. Now, I just made a reference to something that I realized at BET Awards, where media, because we're doing coverage, media, we started filing in at 12 o'clock when the event was start at 5 p.m.
Midday.
12 noon in the afternoon. That's when we started queuing to go and get our things.
It's 5
So you
hours.
need to get your spot.
Yes,
right? You
get
need
your
to find your spot
and
every
stay
day.
there till 5 o'clock.
Yes, because you didn't have it. Listen,
right.
the corruption of the industry is part. The reason why you went at 12 and you were comfortable standing there is because you didn't have anybody's number to call. If you had somebody's number, when I reach there, I'll call you. Let me day inside, I go call them. Let's speak about the human element.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the structure. Ghana, you go talk that thing that make Jake Foley, Olele, and Lenny come start queue from 12 because 4:59 came action.
And
people will reach that at 3:45. Charlie, then I for run something.
But you see, then we should be able to set up in a way that when you fail to show up, you don't get any footage. When you go back and your boss, your editor is asking you, you tell your editor, I didn't show up early.
As you're saying, so like you said earlier on the floor, your name your name, your company name or your media house name is put on the ground, they're clipped on the ground, so you come and stand there in your
small spots.
You work within your space, so that everybody is neatly arranged. Those with big cameras have bigger spaces, those with small cameras have smaller. Me, I was with my one mic and my one camera. I went to stand at some media houses.
No, with that, okay,
and then
well.
the lady came to ask me that, excuse me, sir, do you work with? I mentioned the name. I said, no. He says, what's your name, please? I said, my name is Jay Foley. Forsyth YF, please stand here.
Bro, even here, when our president is going to give a speech, or maybe even in parliament, right? After the national broadcaster sets up their cameras,
before
right?
everybody else's.
You line up, right? So if you don't come early to find a spot, the best you can do is stand somewhere and get a good shot. And that is how we need to approach some of these things, so that you don't have people, because see, like you're saying, the entry points, there were two. You have the premium entry where people who were obviously given either invitation or they had bought a premium ticket were supposed to enter. And you have that same entry point where you had another entry point where you and I will go through because we obviously want to have a bit of the red carpet action. That same line, you have media personnel lined up.
And that raises the concern about logistics.
That same line, you have your celebrities, your nominees coming through that.
Bro,
that
I haven't
access.
been to any
That's
of
a
these.
cluster.
I haven't been to any of these awards for maybe the last 5 years because of stuff like that. You
And people
get
are
there, you're
shoving
nicely
you,
dressed, you
people
have
are
your
stepping
ticket in
on
your
your
pocket,
toes.
So
and then
hold
it's
on.
like
And the heat.
like it's like justify your inclusion.
Guys, so easy, please, guys, I beg you. You go do some more.
No, but
First
we bash on ourselves all the time.
First off, I want to say, Charterhouse, good job on managing the main entrance, because at a point in time, some few years ago, even getting access to the conference center itself behind the wall was a challenge, where there were queues and Kwashe boys, and so I want to say kudos on how they've managed to reduce the traffic in the entry there. I think, however, moving forward, is the challenge has been the availability of good venues to be able to have multiple access entries to various rooms and layers and decks that people can go and have a seat in the hall. So we'll look at that. But anyway, let's move away from the entry into another area, which is now when you sit down. Also, again, there was a good experience with the tags and the invitation list in terms of where to sit. Everybody who is somebody plus the people who had purchased VIPs to that point had their names imprinted on their seats. So if you had 4 allocated seats, it's 4, you sit where you sit. So it wasn't packed. Was nicely spaced and gave everybody a chance to enjoy the event. The other thing is that because our event is not our event halls are not please what do you call it? Cyril, help me out.
Amphitheaters, what?
Tiered.
Tiered, yes. Thank you for 5 points. are not tiered. I remember there was a small misunderstanding between two people where I was sitting, where one guy was wearing this hat, the cowboy hat.
It's blocking the view.
Yes, I'm blocking the view, so stuff like that. These are things that we wish that we could have theaters to be able to resolve some of these problems. Now let's move to one area of the night that was also very exciting, which is the performances. The performances from our various artists. Let's take them one by one. For PSA, Esther started the event with an amazing, beautiful performance. One of those performances that you might think that, Charlie, she's winning. She's winning the Artist of the Year. You think that it's been well plugged. Everybody was in white. They looked so angelic.
And how they all came in one after the other. And then they made the whole thing sync together so beautifully.
what is with gospel artists and their voice? It's so good.
Oh, Nasi said it.
Their voices are so
Nasi said it.
crystal clear.
Yeah, it was so good. That performance was so good.
Beautiful performance. Also on the night, Kitty performed.
Surprise
Kitty
performance.
gave us a surprise performance because his name was not on the list of performance that were announced. I can imagine the surprise act, element that was brought in there. He came on stage, and when people saw him, I know the very first thing that was going through people's minds were, oh my God, is he okay? Is he okay? Can he breathe? Yes, he was breathing. Yes, he was on stage. Yes, his vocal cords, we can see his energy in there. Kitty is fine, please. And he gave us, as usual, a performance to die for. And of course, the performance also had great meaning with the covering the mask that the people had on their faces and all. Gave us about a 10-minute performance. People were craving for more.
Kitty is a performer.
I think his performance is a good addition to the theme for the month, which is mental health. I think anybody at all who watched the performance should actually pay attention to the message and not just the fact that Kitty was a surprise performance. He was just adding his voice to the conversation we started this month, which is the mental health in the creative industry.
If he really fell ill, then I think he's used this creatively to to set up his new song as well, and people are really jamming to it. I know a couple of girls who are just dying for Kitty, they're just dying to the point that I took videos. Anyway, on the screen now you're seeing PSCS's performance as they were all in white. Look at that, beautiful. It's like when it comes to the gospel artists and their performances, it's something else to die for. I love their outfits. It was beautiful. I love the choreography. I love the kind of emotions that came out of this. People were really moved. The only thing that I didn't wish for was that it was too early in the beginning of the event, where people were now warming up to it. Maybe later on, let's put this in the middle somewhere. People can really. Then you have everybody else's attention to it. We move on as well. King Sark. Now, Sarkodie also performed on the night, and he posted a photo of what he was wearing already from the hotel when he was coming, and that already caused enough stare as people were looking out for. People went to dig to check the price tag of what he wore on that night. Does anybody have the name of the?
It's about 14,000 cedis.
Thereabout.
Yeah. So in dirhams, it's 4,395 dirhams. So if you have to
Casablanca,
convert that to cedis, it's about 14,000 and some.
Well, he definitely made a statement. Didn't last through to see Sark's performance, but it's up on your screens now. But of course, Sarkodie would always deliver. He would always deliver for us. And there you have it. Black Sheriff and team standing on enjoying. I'm sure he was singing the countryside.
I would have loved for Black Sheriff to
jump on stage and it would have killed it.
Together.
It was organic to see Blacko sing in the crowd.
Yeah.
Be excited for one of his idols.
Yeah.
For Sark. Sark, man, I think Sark's name in our industry would continue to be forever etched in the hearts of many, because after 10 plus years, to have people stand on their feet, to enjoy your performance, and it tells you the kind of territory he's always championed, he's always mastered, because from his outfit, which was already a conversation before he came on stage, taking over the stage, of course, with DJ Mensa. People actually say that right now Sark's performance catalog is now predictable. Once the same kakra. But if you are listening, please change it small for us because they could tell the arrangement. Now people can predict the arrangement. Like you come, you perform, no pressure. You perform, I think.
But there are times where he also comes on stage with boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I was.
So, I don't think it's
I actually love the fact that he did the ASOS freestyle. That was dope. Like, he said, put Wally on the phone, tell him to pick up.
Well, a tweet from Reggie Rockstone to Sarkodie says, as for our Sark, we for protect them by any means necessary. I tell you, he says, King is an asset to us, rough, tight on everything, bar raised always, and he always comes on like today's being his first. A lot of us lost the hunger. He's going to be here for a long time, so get used to this. And this coming from the grandpapa Reggie Rockstone on Sarkodie's performance.
I agree with everything.
Yes,
Sarkodie is not a rapper. Sarkodie is not a musician.
It's an asset now. It's a national
Sarkodie is a generational icon.
It's a national cathedral.
Yeah, he's a generational icon. It's like how we've had so many rappers, but the Jay-Z name will never die.
Never die.
It's like how we've had so many reggae dancehall guys, but Bob Marley is Bob Marley. In our space, over the last decade plus in the music scene, say what you want, how you feel, and this and what I like.
He cuts across.
To be very honest, Sarkodie is a generational icon.
Let me ask this question that would, please, this question I'm only asking, I'm just saying. I mean, look, Sark's a friend, so no problem. What would Sark's album have been without Countryside?
But the other good songs.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
No, but I think Countryside is the most popular.
Pushed the album.
But you see, if you want to ask that question, what would Azonto have been without Sark showing up at the EL studio?
I know, right?
So the guy, he has some grace about him.
Yeah.
99% of Sark's success is his talent.
He always
1%
gets
is that
something.
grace.
Sarkodie always gets something right that pushes him through that glass ceiling that EL mentioned, to the next stage and the next stage, giving him relevance, presence for today, and he always sails through. And I can imagine for him, a question that he would ask himself is, okay, so what's next? What is really next for Sarkodie?
I'm pretty sure by now he's calmed down with that question.
Yeah, because he's done it.
He knows something will pop up.
Yeah,
and his versatility, his track record, all that. I mean, whatever pops
is too
up.
big for him to worry much about it.
At this point in time, I think it's just about enabling the upcoming ones.
Yeah.
And I think now people can dare that narrative where they say when Sarkodie jumps on a young man's or a young rapper or a young artist record, he is trying to tap into
the
and if you ask me, I think that it was cast in stone that Black Sheriff had to be on his album.
He had to.
Yes.
Because Black Sheriff actually called him.
Yeah,
that's how important the conversation is. And Black Sheriff equally has that kind of grace. I was telling a friend that the last time we saw a new artist of the year go on to win artist of the year, apart from Sark and then I think Kwame Eugene, is Black Sheriff. And he has stayed consistent through and through. Anybody or any song Black Sheriff jumps on, it's a hit. That was a Sark we knew.
Yeah, that was Sark we knew.
That's a Sark
like Batman, Samini those days.
Bro, and I think I don't know if it's every decade.
That was when he started charging for the pool.
You get it? And then Sark came to charge for Black Sheriff is on as a Rasta. I don't know what Black Sheriff is on as So I think every season we have that one guy. Kwame Eugene also did his. Kwame Eugene is still active. Black Sheriff has come to add to the free. So I think we are in good standing, to be very honest.
Also, Jackie performed on that night as well. Loads of candles put a place around her on her performance. Was really beautiful as well as she jumped on stage and did her thing. The setup for her was beautiful, I must say. Honestly, it was beautiful. She performed. I loved it. There are people still a few things that could be done better for her in terms of on-stage performance and craft and all. But I think overall, she's still our Jackie, one of our very big global exports. We need to hold in high esteem as well. And of course, that her song would always be. As she performed the song on the stage, she opened with the
New One Scar.
With the New One Scar, yeah. Amazing tune.
I want to say this. I tweeted about it, but I want to put it out there that Jackie's team needs to find a sound engineer who understands
her vocal.
Her voice. Because it takes away from her artistry. It makes her look more of a recording artist than a performer, and she has a lot of energy on stage. So sometimes it's hard to watch her try to perform, and then the voice is not coming out the way we listen or we hear on radio or on Spotify or Apple Music. When I went to Global Citizen, this is why I'm saying this, but when I went to Global Citizen, whoever was behind Jackie's board doing the performance did a fantastic job. Because, naturally her voice is always on the low octaves. It's very, the octave is very low, But whoever was behind Jackie's board at the time had to, increase the highs for her so that it could come out clearly, But if you're not paying attention to that, and you are allowing her to just perform because of Jackie performing, and you are not paying attention to the mix, you are going to do a lot of disservice to her. It doesn't take away from the fact that she herself as an artist needs to also check some of these things, watch the playback of some of the performances and see what she can improve on. Because when she's performing other songs that allows her to hit those high notes, you notice the struggle, you notice the challenge, and it doesn't look good for her. But all in all, I think Jackie's an amazing artist when it comes to how she takes that kind of opportunity to announce her presence. When Jackie comes on stage, you see it, you feel it, but it will be a great plus to also feel the voice as well. So both teams need to work together to make sure that, it's...
Have you ever been in Osu or around the stadium when they're playing music anywhere around the coast?
Yes.
It echoes.
Yeah.
You get a severe delay in the sound.
Yeah.
Okay. So the sound at Global Citizen mitigated that.
Okay.
So that we wouldn't have a duplication of the sound.
The sound, okay.
So it was capped. It was really contained.
So it was condensed, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Due to the way they set up the array, if
Right.
you notice the speakers were high up, projecting downward, as opposed to down, and then the sound doing all that.
Yeah.
So that is what was a contingency for her voice.
Right.
It might not have been actively somebody's mix. You know how we all sing well when we're in the shower?
Yeah.
And it sounds perfect.
Yeah.
It's because nothing is absorbing the sound.
No, but if that's the case, then it's more of a plus to whoever noticed and identified where they were.
No, I mean, for the organizers, 1,000%. But I'm just saying that her performance at the Global Citizen sounded different from her performance everywhere else because the setup that was being used
was well done.
Was well done and was made to avoid that duplication of lows. Because the most impactful low would be your subs, your boom, boom, boom. And that would have been what would have been echoing and ruining the field. And she's in that same space. So whatever they did to mitigate that duplication of bases went in her advantage. But when you have a contained auditorium where you need that bass to fill up the room and fill it, then you have a system where bass is a priority in the mix. You get what I'm saying?
So are you saying that if an artist like Rihanna comes into the Grand Arena, she will suffer the same thing?
If an artist like Rihanna comes
because Rihanna equally has that kind of...
Yes, because a lot of the times if Rihanna comes into the Grand Arena, she's coming with an engineer and a board. So...
Or maybe Thames. Because Thames also gives me that.
My point is, we mix for listening in Ghana. Most live event people mix or set up for listening, for playback, not for performance. There's a difference. And in setting up for performance, you might need an engineer that knows how Olele's voice is and might be doing live mixing. J-So does this. Nikwe
the muses,
does this.
Yeah.
So when you know what a Jackie song is and you know when she's going to go really low, you slam down some of the lows.
Yeah.
When you know she's about to go really high, you double up. And it's live mixing where you simulate the studio experience for the artist. So it's not a maybe, it's a must. She needs that person.
And also, I think Kwesi Oten put out a tweet saying that some of the artists need to always come with their stems, because you could notice the gap, in their live performances and I don't know why people actually look down on that because stems are very important in our time.
At this point in time, I think the music business has been taken to another level. You can't teach it as the way we used to do it back in the days. Quickly, guys, let's go to this guy's performance as well. Episode also made reference.
Yes, I like that he dedicated it to Rude Boy Rankin, and he explained, the reason for wearing the T-shirt that he wore. I think that's very good of him to have done that. So, and then he also, of course, Episode is a great performer. Yeah. Also delivered his 100 on there. So yeah, that was good. I just love the dedication. It gave me goosebumps. I'm like, wow. Okay. He thought about it. We
have about 6 more minutes to go, but let's just dedicate this last few minutes to let's handpick a few of the award categories, the most controversial ones, and as well who picked up. We've already done the album of the year, which again you could just tell the shock in people's faces. We saw Sammy Flex standing in shock. Caleb Neboy was standing in shock. Kelvin of Event Guy was standing in shock. But I wanted to ask them that did they vote? They didn't vote.
But unfortunately, the album of the year is more technical.
Sammy was in shock and he was like, how is this possible? I know, but can we understand these things? No. Again,
the album of the year is actually judged by the board and
by the board.
So there are no public votes.
Oh, there are no public votes.
No, so it's just the board.
So then their shock is actually.
Did you guys see what?
Your shock is understood, please.
Did you guys see what Kojo Sheldon posted?
No, look at Sammy Flex on the screen now. Sammy is like a typical Ghanaian will put his hands on the shoulder and go like,
yeah. So those of you who haven't heard, and
someone drawing his attention that he's being filmed.
So those of you who haven't heard, who haven't seen, the album of the year, according to VGMAs,
yes,
is adjudged by the Academy and board as the most outstanding compilation.
Okay, so now, how then did this happen?
Either by the number of hit songs, one,
okay,
or the quality of production, two, of an album that was released during the year under review. It must have generated excitement during the year.
Okay, so let's pick it one by one. Please, let's pick your points one by one. 4 minutes more.
This is where we are going to. So there are three.
This one, I'll fight for sharing.
There are three factors. I'll also fight for King Promise. Because I'm going to show you some things.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, show us it.
So there are three parameters. One,
the
album is the album of the year is adjudged by the Academy and board as the most outstanding compilation, either by the number of hit songs, one, and or the quality of production.
Okay. So hit songs
and quality of production. Okay. That's two.
No, but let's do hit songs.
Okay,
I mean,
hit song,
in comparative to the two.
Give me Black Sheriff hit song.
Oh, Charlie.
45. Let's go.
The whole album. The whole album.
No, 45. Oil in my head. Give me some. Give me.
Konongo
Paradise.
Even the homeless song, the homeless song, O Paradise.
Homeless song, Oil in my head. 45.
Yes.
Soldier. Konongo Zongo.
Soldier alone is the whole album.
O Paradise.
Coco the Traveler. Okay,
yes.
So that's like what 6? If I say 6 or 7, right? Okay.
Let's
go to 5 star. No, I'm just only going to ask.
Yes.
I'm only going to ask you guys.
Hold on.
If you think they were not big enough, okay, then we can have a conversation, right? So 5 star. Let's go to 5 star.
I hope the titles make us remember.
5 star, Iniesta.
It was a great album.
So 5 star, we have Iniesta. Does it ring a bell?
How? Let me guess. No, promise.
5 star, you have Iniesta. You have 10 Toes, which has 9 million streams on 9.7 million streams on Spotify, which is
I bet why are you adding the numbers to me? You didn't add a number for Black.
You didn't add numbers for Black.
Okay. Iniesta, you have 10 Toes, you have Ring My Line, you have Put You On, you have Chop Life, you have Ginger, and then you have Run to You. I can even put this thing Bad and Rude there as an honorable mention.
Okay.
So both albums equally have hit songs.
I will come back to you tomorrow because I'm going to see 5 star.
But for 5 star, to me, it was just Iniesta and 10 Toes.
Oh, no.
Hold on. I said for, that's why I said for me.
For you, right.
For me. Okay. I did say that. For me. 10 Toes, Iniesta.
Time is not
but anyway.
So
no, both albums, no, hold on. That's what I was saying in on Unpacking. Both albums are fantastic, yes. But does 5 star have that clout that The Villain I Never Was has? Does it? It doesn't. Like, see, listen. When The Villain I Never Was dropped, we all saw how people, even till date, you can soak the entire album back to back without being tired of it. Is it the same for 5 star? I think that's where the shock and surprise comes from. Yeah,
but
I think that's where it comes from.
I think it's a tie, because you see, if you talk about hit songs, both of them have it. If you talk about excitement, Black Sharif may have it. But if you talk about popularity of production,
so if it's
popularity as well,
I think it was clearly, I mean, a matter of voting within the Academy and the board.
No, I mean, technical people on the Academy,
and they had more numbers.
I think the bigger question we need to ask. The last time I think I asked this question here: what makes a good album?
I know, right?
What makes a good album? When we have this conversation, we can look at it holistically. Because the fact that you have hit songs on the album doesn't mean the album is great.
Yeah.
Technical people will tell you that they listen to an album and it's monotonous. Who was even saying that thing on this page? It was you. Aha! Where you are? You get me? So someone can say, I listened to Black Sherif's album and it was monotonous. I listened to King Promise's album and there were variety of production. Look, tomorrow we'll get to it.
Anyway, our time is up. The VGMA was a long event, but we just have 1 hour to discuss it. But we'll be back again tomorrow to make it happen. Name is Jay. The Quadrillo has been here.
Quadrillo
has been here. Yeah. Serial Lady Olele. We're back again tomorrow on the show Culture Daily. Have an amazing start of the week. We'll see you tomorrow.